Are you running for governor? I think so, Karrin, because if you do, you're going to have my support, okay?
That was President Trump in December of last year endorsing Karrin Taylor Robson for a possible run for governor in 2026. We know she's running. In fact, she's well into her campaign. Robson is expected to face Congressman Andy Biggs in the Republican primary in about a year. She's with us in studio tonight. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Doing great.
How's the campaign going?
It's going well. We are out there crisscrossing the state, meeting people all over, from Yuma to Show Low to Pine Top to Mojave County.
You are no stranger to politics. You grew up in a child where your dad was head of the Arizona Senate, I believe. Yes. Your brother was part of the Board of Supervisors, right?
That's right.
So was this sort of preordained for you that you would eventually make a run somewhere?
Well, I don't know, but I did grow up with it. You know, my father was in the state legislature when I was in first grade. And he used to take me out of school and take me down to the legislature, and I'd hang out and, hang out in the committee hearings and fall asleep half the time. But it certainly made an impression on me. And my parents just instilled in me and my siblings that, we are all born with, the privilege of being American, and you have to give back. And so my brother was in elected office for 20 years. I have a brother in Texas. He was on the city council there. So it's just part of our DNA. That's what you do. You give back to the community.
When you're a politician, you have to have, or you better have, a thick skin. What did you learn in your first run for governor, and how are you different this time around?
Well, you have to have a thick skin, this time around, I wake up every morning realizing I volunteered to jump into the deep end of the pool where I'm swimming with sharks. And so you don't do that if you're not resilient and if you're not willing to fight. And that's what I'm willing to do, because Arizona is worth fighting for. I love this state, and I want to pass it on to the next generation. I want to pass on what we inherited, the opportunities of the great state that is a business-friendly state, where we have 72% of our residents have come from somewhere else, right? They've left something behind, their home, their family, their job, their traditions, to come to a place where if you work hard and treat people well, you can accomplish anything. That's the beauty of Arizona. That's the DNA of Arizona, and I want to keep it that way.
So President Trump endorses you, but he also endorsed your presumptive opponent, Andy Biggs, for the Republican primary. How's that going to all shake out?
Well, not only did President Trump endorse me, he encouraged me to run, as you saw in that clip. And I am humbled and proud to have his complete and total endorsement. And just like President Trump, I come from the business world. I've spent my entire professional career as a business executive, solving problems. And, I believe, the dual endorsement allows us to talk about our differences.
And what are your differences? As you look at your presumptive primary opponent, what are the differences? What makes you stand out?
Like President Trump, I come from a business background, where you have to sign both sides of a paycheck, you have to build and manage budgets, you have to hire and fire people, you have to hold people accountable, but most importantly, you have to solve problems and get things done, right? And my career has been building things, helping bring people together to solve problems, to get to a point of building things. And I have been very blessed and proud to have been involved in building a lot of things in Arizona.
I don't think it's any secret that Mr. Biggs would call himself unabashedly a hardcore MAGA Republican. You worked in the Reagan administration, and politics have certainly changed, and many would argue the Republican Party has changed dramatically since then. Would you say that you lean more towards being a MAGA Republican, or are you cut more out of the Reagan cloth? You know what?
I put America first, just like President Trump. I learned a lot from President Reagan. I was very, very proud to serve him. It was my first job out of college. I went to the White House and worked. And believe me, having that honor at a young age was something that impacted me my whole life. But right now, President Trump and his policies of putting America first are my policies. That's why President Trump endorsed me. And he knows that I'll have his back on things that matter to Arizonans. Cutting waste, fraud, and abuse out of our government. I mean, he exposed, billions and billions of dollars of waste, fraud, and abuse at the federal level. We're going to do the same thing at the state level. He knows I'll have his back when it comes to the border. How many presidents have we had say they're going to secure the border, and yet President Trump is the first president to actually do it, and I will have his back. You know, I now have the endorsement of several law enforcement agencies around the state because they know that's my #1 priority.
Karrin Taylor Robson, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Continued success.
Thank you.
Caribe?
And remember.